Hello, community group leaders. My name is Josh Bartels, and it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you the pastor's cut for this week for Psalm 103. So thank you for joining us. There's an old hymn that I remember singing when I was young called Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. And the first verse says this: O soul, are you weary and troubled? No light in the darkness you see. There's light for a look at the Savior, and life more abundant and free. And then the chorus goes, turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. I think that this psalm, Psalm 103, written by David, functions in a similar way to that hymn, in that it takes our eyes off of our problems, off of the circumstances that are overwhelming us in the moment, and points us to Jesus, to God, and what he has done for us, and what he is doing in us, in this world, his grand story of redemption. So it pulls us outside of our own small portion of the story and shows us the big picture, shows us the love and goodness and fatherly care of God for us, and gives us the comfort and the perspective that we need to be able to function in the moment, in these moments of being overwhelmed. And I use the illustration of a man who's drowning. The drowning man does not stop to consider the beauty of his aquatic environment. Instead, he wants to just get out of it, right? He wants to get out of the situation. He wants relief from the pressure of the water on his lungs, and he wants to be able to breathe again. And I think that this psalm is the very psalm that we need to catch our breath. It doesn't remove us from the situation, but it does perhaps give us an oxygen tank, a source of air in the midst of our struggles. So what I would encourage you in relating to the community groups is to think about the people in your class, the people in your community group who perhaps are facing some really overwhelming circumstances right now. And that doesn't mean that the circumstances are dramatic or traumatic. It just simply means that they feel weighted down by the burdens of this world. And that could be just the daily grind of work and family. That could be pressures from extended family or from a community, from neighbors. It could be a host of things. But if there are people who are struggling to catch their breath, so to speak, and this is going to be a psalm that is incredibly encouraging to them. So I would encourage you to pray through it with them and encourage them to pray through it throughout the week. And then there's going to be other people who don't feel overwhelmed, who don't feel that pressure on their lungs, but who nonetheless are more overwhelmed than they think. They are simply good at holding their breath, and their lungs are going to burst some time or another. And I think that we will find this psalm if that's the situation that we find ourselves in, we will find this psalm as a breath of fresh air, an encouragement to keep going. It'll show us that we were perhaps more overwhelmed than we thought, and bring us into a more stable and comfortable position. Not taking away our surroundings, but giving us that breath of oxygen that we need to go ahead and move forward. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions or need any help, feel free to contact us at first, and we'll be praying for you and look forward to hearing what God does through this community group hour.